Call the Committee of the Whole of Monday, October the 27th to order. There's an agenda there in front of you. Can I have a motion, please, to adopt the agenda? Councillors Niche and Cunningham. Any additions or deletions? All in favor? Any opposed? It is carried. The first item on the agenda is a presentation from Prince Rupert Special Events Society. Come on up. You can sit right at the microphone. You just push the button once to get it turned on. Tell us who you are and take it away.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. Hello, everyone. My name is Ashley Daigle, and I am the president of the Special Events Society. I was hoping to do a bit of a presentation for you today. Am I good to, will it just start? Sorry. Okay, do I have to just, chit chat? Okay, sounds good.
I'll just note for members of the public that happen to be watching, the Committee of the Whole meeting is a little bit different structure than a regular council meeting. There are no firm decisions made in a Committee of the Whole. Recommendations can be made by council at this meeting and refer them to the regular council meeting where they can take effect. But the primary purpose is for council to gather information.
Okay, perfect. Fabulous. Thank you very much. All right, so I just wanted to kind of present to Mayor and Council. It's been a little while probably since that we as Special Events Society have updated the community on what we've been up to, and we've had some changes over the last few years. So just a quick overview. I'm going to go over just a bit of a history, introduction, our missions, vision, and values, Halloween Fest, because there's some changes there. Training that we've been doing, volunteer challenges, partnerships, funding needs, and if anybody has any questions for us. All right. All right. So, as Special Events Society, a little bit of history behind it. So Winterfest and Seafest were originally organized by the Prince Rupert Visitors Bureau, with most of the funding coming from the city and contributions from local merchants. In 1992, 4 city employees who had been volunteering founded Prince Rupert Special Events Society in the hopes to formally manage and grow these events. So currently, we host 4 festivals that I'm sure most of you have attended. We have Seafest, Canada Day, Winterfest, and Children's Fest. So currently, our board is made up of 11 directors, and we have a range of members. We have long-standing members and some newer participants. Included is our executive team, which is myself, Ashley Daigle, our vice president, Shelby Desnell, Robin Martin, who is our treasurer, and Kyle Shilley, who is our secretary. We're also supported by a festival coordinator by Alex Magliacci. So we are a hands-on working board, and collectively, we actually volunteer over 1,000 hours a year towards our community for these festivals. So it's a lot of work. So in 2021 and 2022, under our president at the time, Alex Hogendorn, we developed some core mission, vision, values. So as the Special Events Society, we deliver events that are unique, memorable, inclusive, organized, built through partnerships, and reflect the spirit of Prince Rupert. Our vision is to create community festivals that bring people together to celebrate and enjoy life in Prince Rupert. So we really try and stay true to our values as much as we can. And we've been working really hard over the last few years to really grow, especially the partnership side of things. So speaking of partnerships, Halloween Fest. So Halloween Fest, if you have noticed, I didn't mention it as one of our festivals. Halloween Fest was actually its own society. And so it was created in 2008 by parents, the fire department, and RCMP to address safety and vandalism concerns in our community. Since its inception, these issues have significantly decreased, making Halloween safer for everyone. As you all know, it's loved by all. It's a free, warm, safe event, and it's really become a community tradition. So last year, the committee was down to 3 members. And as Special Events Society, we came forward because a few of those members are also on our Special Events Board, and we said, it's time, we're ready to help. So this will be our very first Halloween Fest as Special Events Society, and we're really excited to continue to the tradition for years to come. So a little bit of training. So we have been working on training our volunteers and our board. In 2024, the board members and some local volunteers completed a fireworks training program. And so we are currently the only certified fireworks technicians in Prince Rupert. This allows us to safely include fireworks in our festivals at a much lower cost. So it's quite expensive, like in the thousands and thousands of dollars to bring in technicians to do this. So this is one of the many ways that we are trying to be efficient with our resources. Other ongoing training is going to be essential for us, especially as things evolve. But we pursue things like food safe, first aid, TCP, so that we can do traffic control, that sort of thing. They all carry cost, which of course, we have to fund in some way, but they're definitely crucial to ensure that safe events are happening and that we're compliant. So a little bit about volunteer challenges. So we are finding that it's getting harder and harder to find volunteers. Some of the reasons that we believe that is just in general, volunteerism is declining. People are limited on the amount of time they have to give. Financial barriers. People just can't afford to take the time off or, not be at work. Unsure how to help. Some people just don't know where to start. They have other ongoing commitments, and then they need training or support. They're just not confident enough to do it. So many of our board members have full-time careers, and we volunteer because we deeply care about our community. We strive to inspire and get others involved, especially youth. And we focus on building partnerships with local organizations to ensure that our events will continue into the future. So we are truly grateful to all individuals and organizations who give their time and energy to make these events possible. So just have a very short video. And this is just what some of our teamwork looks like. Oh. Skip forward to the next slide. So I just wanted to recognize a few of our partnerships. So of course, the City of Prince Rupert, thank you as always. AltaGas has been a great sponsor for us for many years. We've got the Port Edward Harbor Authority, DP World, Prince Rupert Port Authority, Pembina, Trigon, all great, wonderful sponsors. And then these sponsors here, they donate in all sorts of ways. So whether it be financially or their time, some of them it's in-kind things, but this is just some. This isn't all of the wonderful partnerships that we have, but we really do appreciate everybody, and it takes a community to make this happen. So just to touch on the funding needs, so we are requesting this year through the Community Enhancement Grant, we did request additional funds, partially because we would like to have a full-time staff member be able to stay on throughout the entire year. Now that we've added a 5th festival, we keep ourselves pretty busy. We are also requesting additional in-kind support for items like cleanup after Seafest, the garbage, the rental costs of the Civic Center for things like Halloween Fest and Children's Fest. It can be quite costly, and it does eat into our in-kind quite a bit. So these resources are essential to continue delivering 5 vibrant festivals to our community. And with the city's support, we can ensure that these events remain safe, memorable, and accessible for all. Thank you.
Wonderful. Questions, Council? Councillor Cunningham.
First, thanks for all the work you do. We all love Seafest. It's sort of a jewel in the crown. But when you talk about in kind, how much of the increase would be in kind if we're looking at that?
I believe we had requested 25,000, and last year we had 12. Now it's almost $6,000 just for one festival in the Civic Center. So Halloween Fest is going to cost us an additional $6,000 automatically just for the Civic Center rental. And Halloween Fest Society didn't submit that in-kind request because we submitted it on behalf of Special Events Society.
Any other comments or questions? Councillor Forster.
Thank you. Great presentation. So circling back to what was just said, I assume committee of the whole, I ask you my question still, is that right?
Yeah.
The $6,000 that wasn't submitted through Halloween Fest, normally it would have been? Like, are we just merging the two budget lines? And so it's not really an increase? Does that make sense?
I don't know. I don't know who to turn to. I don't know, Ms. Daigle, whether you know the answer to, would Halloween Fest have normally?
Yes, it would have. Yes, so it would have been its own in kind. So really, I guess if you were to take the 12,000 we received last year and 6,000 from Halloween, we'd be looking at 18. So we're still looking for an additional 7 on top of that.
Okay. Is it
That's helpful.
clear? Anyone else?
So
Yes, Councillor Cunningham.
with the in kind, because we're on a very tight fiscal budget, so I'm looking more leaning towards if we can help you out with in kind, we'd have to talk to the Director of Recreation as well as Council and the CFO. She has the key to the vault.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I would lean more if we could help out with in kind more than giving you cash, but it might be something we could look at.
Councillor Forster.
So sorry, I just have one other question.
Absolutely.
Are we able at some point to get, we know that having Halloween Fest has drastically improved safety,
Yep.
decreased crime. Do we have any statistics that show that, to show how much it saves our community
Yep.
by investing in events like this?
Yep.
It doesn't impact my decision.
Yep.
Like, I still would support something. I just think sometimes for
Yep.
people that do want to see that, that is helpful.
Yeah. CAO Pucci, I see you nodding, you making a note of that.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. We can see if there's any data that we can find. Thank you.
Good. Well, if there's no other questions or comments, I just want to take a second on behalf of all of council and in fact the community to thank you. It is, roads, sewers, sidewalks, all the things that we do as a municipality prepare a place where people can live. But it's the festivals and the events that actually make the community a livable space where we connect with our neighbors, where the best of Prince Rupert's on display. And I've seen firsthand over the years the work that goes into getting ready for all those festivals and all the work that it takes to break it down. At the end, I've most often been invited to just come and be a guy on a microphone, and I realize that I get the luxury of walking in and walking out, while a whole bunch of other people have been, at Seafest up since bright and early in the morning, and will continue late into the evening, and that tradition has happened for decades. I'm looking at your volunteers, and there's one back there with almost as much gray hair as Barry, as Councillor Cunningham. So it's just thank you. That's all we can say is thank you. And I thank you for your presentation. It was a great presentation.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
You're welcome. All right, the next item on the agenda is a presentation from Rain Dowell. It's with regards to Community Reconciliation Committee and the PFSA water testing for Prince Rupert. Come on forward. I I can't quite see whether your microphone's on or not. No, you want to give it up. There we go. Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Honorable City Hall representatives, thank you for having me, and thank you for the opportunity to speak on a matter that affects the health of our community, our environment, and our shared future, the quality of our drinking water. Increasingly, in our own municipalities, our communities are discovering the presence of harmful forever chemicals, glyphosate, and pesticides in our water supplies. These substances are known for their persistence in the environment and human body. They don't break down easily, and their accumulation has been linked to serious health issues like cancers, liver damage, immune system disruption, reproductive issues, and developmental effects in children. Testing for these chemicals is not just a precaution, it's a necessity. We cannot afford to be complacent. This initiative must be done in meaningful partnership with those who have been stewards of the water and land since time immemorial, First Nations communities. First Nations across Canada have long sounded the alarm about water pollution, environmental degradation, and the colonial structures and harmful relationships with ecosystems damaged by industrial development and weak regulation. It's time to honor those efforts with action. I'm urging this City Hall to take 2 essential steps. 1, initiate a comprehensive science-based program to test our city's drinking water for harmful chemicals, involving experts and the Indigenous Relations Committee, who can lead and guide this work in a spirit of shared responsibility and cultural respect. I would ask that the necessary resources, lab equipment, and training be provided to individuals designated by the Indigenous Relationships Committee to perform the water testing both prior to and after treatment. 2, that the results of the water testing both before and after treatment and the type of treatment is reported to the taxpayers via transparent quarterly water report to be published online. Some might ask, is this the responsibility of a municipal government? The answer is yes. Municipalities manage local water systems, respond to public health concerns, and work with Indigenous governments every day. I urge you to commit today to working with the Indigenous Relations Committee and our First Nations partners to ensure our water is not only safe, but governed with justice, collaboration, and respect for all.
Thank you. Questions, members of council? Councillor Forrester.
Thank you very much for the presentation. That was wonderful. I wonder if we could make a motion in the regular meeting
Sure.
to have a report come back from staff on what that would look like. Has testing already been done? Is that something that already happens? Is that not? And whether or not the Indigenous Relations Committee is already doing some of that work, because I know we've heard they're doing some really great work. I don't know if this is something that they are already considering.
Yep.
So
We can have that motion now, which is a motion to recommend to us in our regular meeting. So you're moving that a staff report be done on the current practice of water testing and the current understanding of that interaction with the Indigenous Relations Committee. And is that a seconder? Thank you, Councillor Randhawa, as a seconder. If I might add, because it intrigues me, to also have staff comment on the ability and advisability of publishing that information. Is that acceptable to both? Any other comments? All in favor? Any opposed? It's carried. Thank you very much.
Okay, second one? It's okay to do the second one?
Oh, sorry, second piece? Go ahead.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Canada is often celebrated as a peaceful, multicultural nation committed to justice and human rights. But this image obscures a deeper truth. Canada is built on the displacement, marginalization, and attempted erasure of Indigenous peoples. Decolonization is not a metaphor or a trend. It is a necessary process of justice, healing, and structural change. To move forward as an equitable society, we need to support the First Nations peoples in the decolonizations of this land. Decolonization strengthens our society by rooting it in justice and mutual respect. It invites all of us to imagine a better future, one where Indigenous knowledge systems, governance structures, and laws are not just respected, but upheld as equal to Western systems. This requires reconciliation, and it's been occurring. Across Canada, statues of Sir John A. Macdonald have been removed from cities like Victoria, Halifax, and Charlottetown. The Captain James Cook statue in Victoria, BC was removed and thrown into the ocean. In 2018, the statue of Edward Cornwallis, supposed founder of Halifax, was taken down. In 2022, in Toronto, a statue of Alexander Wood was removed and destroyed in April 2022 by the business improvement area that originally installed it. Several roads in Canada have been renamed to decolonize place names, with prominent examples including the Sir John A. Macdonald Parkway in Ottawa becoming Kichizibimikan, and Trutch Street in Vancouver becoming Makwi Awesome Street. In 2018, the Roderick Hay Brown Park was renamed, I'm not going to say this right, Suksway Park, its traditional Secwepemc name meaning many rivers. In 2021, the Metro Vancouver Park, Belcara Regional Park, was given the traditional Tsleil-Waututh name, Tam Tam Iyutam, which means biggest place for all the people. However, I see no evidence of these type of actions being taken in this city yet. I'm respectfully requesting City Hall to approach the Indigenous Relations Committee and begin discussions, asking them what harmful colonial physical landmarks, as well as names of roads and parks they'd like changed, and to work with the Indigenous Relations Committee to make these changes. Now is the time to act, not just in words, but in real transformative ways. Decolonization is not just an Indigenous issue, it's a Canadian responsibility, one that we'll all benefit from.
Any questions? Councillor Forster.
Thank you. I'm not certain, other than the totem pole project that's also in the budget for discussion, if the Indigenous Committee has made any recommendations, could we ask for?
We can certainly ask them for that. To my knowledge, they have not. They've
I'm not
made
aware
no
of any either.
recommendations.
But
Yeah. And I have to say, you know, one of our approaches in decolonizing is not to tell the Indigenous Relations Committee what they should be working on, but in fact to leave it entirely up to them to bring forward. So perhaps they'll be prompted by this presentation, but we really do leave it up to them how the form of that committee took place, how its purpose, and so yeah, we look forward to hearing from them. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
All right. If there's no other items in front of us, Council, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn the committee of the whole. Councillors Adie and Randawa, all in favor? Any opposed? It is carried. I just want to say to the people that are gathered here, you've come for a specific purpose, and that's great. You're more than welcome to stay through all of our business, but there's none of us that cry a tear if you decide to get up partway through the activity because you've decided that you want to go watch the Blue Jays or whatever it is you might want to do. And there they go.